Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. This bottle is a gift from Paul Gibbs, one of our whiskey somms, all-around cool human being. And it's Del Bach. Now, full disclosure, I know people at Del Bach. I consider them friends. It is going to be really hard for me to be truly objective about their products, but I'm going to try. So if you don't know Del Bach, they are in Tucson, Arizona. They are the result of a family that has a lot of roots in desert and in the area, and they were Stephen and Elaine are the founders, and Stephen and Elaine Paul, and they were sitting out drinking scotch, and Stephen was like, you know, what if we made our own whiskey and we smoked it using what we use for smoke instead of what Scotland uses for smoke, right? So in Scotland, the reason you get peated whiskey is because peat was what they used to dry things. It wasn't because they did all of this years of analysis and deduced that peat was the proper way to smoke things. It's because that's how you burned, that's where your fire logs, right? Well, in the Sonoran Desert, you know, you got mesquite and mesquite wood, very common. And so he was thinking, hey, what if we use mesquite wood to smoke our grain instead of peat, and we make a Scottish-style malt, but with mesquite? And so this started him down a path. Interesting. He starts down this, he decides he wants to start a distillery. His daughter Amanda gets involved. She comes back from New York. She builds the brand. And they start this distillery. They start making whiskey. They name the brand after a Spanish mission in Tucson. Whiskey Del Bach is this combination name of, what was it, English, Spanish, and the native language. And it means, and I'm trying to get this, whiskey of the place where the river reappears in the sand. Whiskey Del Bach. The river comes back to life, which is, I mean, very poetic. So, this is their classic, and if I am not mistaken, it is unpeated. Oh man, if I'm wrong about that, because I'm not smelling any peat, right? And I'm friends with I would consider him a friend, acquaintance friend with Mark Viertaler, who is the current master distiller, master blender. And I messaged him and asked him questions about this because I wanted to know, because this is their bottled and bond release, and they don't really do that. This is fairly new. So I'm going to look at the notes that he gave me, because the notes that I'm getting in the nose are this cut grass, funky, earthy note, almost green in the direction of a savory mushroom. And then there's a barley sweetness and honey, a dense sweetness that's just overlaying everything. New oak, dark caramel, oak dry tannins. The palate's where it comes home, because that funkiness that's in the nose, it softens a little in the palate, and it's still earthy. Still a little petrichor-y overturned mulch, but also fruity and also soft vanillins and dark caramels. And so I messaged Mark and asked him, like, hey, what is the story on this? The previous people who made this, because remember, bottled and bond means 4 years old, one distillery, one season, same master distiller, 100 proof. Really a lot of requirements. And they did it, but this was put down by Veronica Townsend, and he said Veronica and Destin were the ones who put this stuff together. And it was a blend of 2 casks, full-sized. They were doing experiment because so much of the early days of Del Bach was small barrels. And so they were looking, can we transfer to full-size barrels and still keep the quintessential Del Bach flavor profile? And so one was barrel mill, one was Kelvin cooperage, and they were both medium toast plus toast, number 3 char, entry proof 120 to really jump up the tannin extraction. And that's what we're getting to taste. Or if you get this, that's what you're getting to taste. This is good. It's soft. If you don't like that earthy, mulchy, like savory direction for malt, this is gonna throw you. But I happen to like most of those things in malt. There are some notes in here, and I'm gonna say something very weird that I would say if Mark was standing here. There are some notes in here that would feel more at home in a rye than in a malt. And it doesn't make it bad or flawed. It's just, I don't have a reason why. It's just there's some notes in there that make me think I would really love this with rye grain, this one note partner with rye grain. It's a little strange with that note coming in with barley, but it still is coming across. Definitely get that American oak impact. I'm gonna add a little water to this. I do like it. It's on the palate that there's this sort of earthy green, savory note that I've found to be more at home in a rye than in a malt. It's more in the palate than the nose. I love watching these craft distilleries get older and older and try new things and watch their whiskey sort of mature. And Del Bach is just one of the ones that I always love to see what they're doing. So the water pushed forward those sort of phenolic barrel additive notes. And it softened the palate into a earthy buttercream, for lack of a better. A little bit of fruit dust, a little bit of jammy notes. It's very nice. It's very delicate, and also somehow bold. It's kind of got both going at the same time. There's a lot of like literally fine little things, and then there's a lot of like, hey, big drama. Weird combination, but it works. And I'm a fan of the people, and I'm enjoying the whiskey. So I hope that was helpful for you. You might actually be able to get this one. Maybe not the bottled and bond release, but you can definitely get your hands on some Del Bach. And I recommend finding out more information, said the nonprofit, about Del Bach. Once again, thank you, Paul Gibbs, for this bottle, and cheers to you. I'm really glad you're here. I'm running out of creative ways to tell you. It helps us if you like and subscribe. It just does. That's, like algorithms and it's helpful.